What's up, guys? Mike here. This is my Resident Evil 1.5 June 2019 build for Elza Walker. I've already covered Leon, so be sure to go check that out. And I do want to say a few things real quick before we start this. Number one, thank you so much for clicking on this and watching this. And, you know, I have a ton of Resident Evil content, so be sure to stick around if this is the first time you're ever watching my content. I specialize in doing horror and, of course, Resident Evil and Silent Hill, all that type of stuff. Something else to note. There will be a no commentary version of this as well as Leon's, both in the pinned comment of the respective video. So in this video, in the pinned comment, will be the no commentary version for this exact same walkthrough. So if you would prefer not to hear me, you have that choice because I will be uploading them at the very same time. Also, in case you want to play this yourself, because I know a lot of people who watch this want to try it out for themselves, I will be making an updated 2019, because I have made a tutorial for this in the past. I'll be making an updated one for 2019, with much better quality, all that good stuff. And I will be updating when I upload that. I haven't done it yet. I'll be recording that after I finish both of these. And I'll put the link in the description and the pinned comment once it's done and put up on YouTube. And I'll also be doing it for various other devices in case you want to play it on whatever. So stay tuned for that if you do want to play it yourself. But I'll also leave the link in the description below if you want to check it out so that you can play it yourself, you know, if you don't need a tutorial. But I will be doing one, so stay tuned for that. As I said, I already recorded Leon's. It was really fun. It's almost, I think, 2 hours long, which is crazy. All done in one take, by the way. I may have to edit this one in case something happens, like I get a phone call or whatever. But ideally, I want to do it in one go. I'm really excited to see the differences for Elza, because there were some differences for Leon, which I really liked. I thought they did a great job. They always do it. That's another thing. Thank you to the team working on this. It's a ton of people. But thank you so much for working on this. And I'll leave a link of like the thanks for the thanks for all the people, because there's so many people, but there is a post that shows all the people involved, and I'll leave that also in the description, so you know all the people who have worked on this amazing project can get the thanks that they deserve. I did not make this, but I'm just a huge fan who absolutely love it. But thank you to everybody who has worked on this. I really, really appreciate it, because it means a ton to me as a fan of the series and for other people to discover 1.5. So with that being said, let's get into this. So we're going to be playing as Elza today. Well, not today, because I recorded Leon's right before this, so both are today. So here we go. All right, so that's something that I wanted to mention. So I already knew this because of playing Leon's, but yeah, they added an intro, Resident Evil 2 intro to this, which is pretty cool. Also, they strip you from all the amazing weapons you had in the previous build. So, you know, when you had the Magnum, which I liked because it was easy to take care of all the enemies to not have to deal with them. To just explore, but unfortunately, no Magnum now. So yeah, Elza busts in here through with her motorcycle. So it's pretty cool. Probably gonna say pretty cool a million times, so please don't make fun of me for it. It's just kind of the easy way to describe a lot of the stuff here. In fact, let's go back and let's go to that back office. She starts in a different spot, so we kind of have to adjust to how that is. So there were some cutscene differences in Leon's. So I'm curious to see if it's that same thing for Elza. It's just cutscene differences. There are some things I already am going to know, so I'm going to end up probably like skipping. For instance, this room has nothing new to it. So I'm not going to bother with the zombies. There's literally no point. There's nothing new. Just a few texts on some of the desks here. Okay, this is actually... I know I just said there's like nothing to search here, but this is cool. Because I didn't search this with Leon because most of the desks and things like that have the same dialogue. But look at this one here. I'd hate sitting this close to the door, even if I had a computer at my desk. That, I had no idea. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. The other ones just basically said, like, there's a fan on this desk. It must be a nuisance. It's nothing too spectacular. Let's go ahead and open up this gate, actually. Because the other way is heading towards the staircase, which obviously leads to more areas. So I'd rather check this spot first. So the handgun takes him down in 2 shots. I love the whole thing of the enemies crawling out. They kind of added that to Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's another cool thing. God, that zombie voice is creepy. Resident Evil 2 Remake is now out. That was not out the last time I did a build for this, so yeah, you can play with Claire using Elza's outfit in Resident Evil 2 Remake as long as you get the Deluxe Edition pack. Tell me that doesn't sound creepy. Seriously, tell me that doesn't sound creepy. And I don't know where the zombie is. Okay. I'm gonna try to ninja my way and grab the ammo. So there's nothing in here differently, and these particular zombies are tanks. So I'd just rather not deal with them. Okay, that zombie here is gonna wake up. Okay. Okay, he literally just took a whole clip and he's still alive. Sure. I ain't gonna kill you. That's kind of the problem I don't understand with this build. They decided to remove all the cool items you had, like the Magnum and shotgun, etc. And they give you the handgun, but it sucks. There's no other way to say it. It's terrible. So here was another supporting character exclusively for Elza that was removed from Resident Evil 2. If the dialogue seems familiar, it's because he's saying Marvin's dialogue. To a degree. So obviously Elza Walker has no relation to Chris, so hearing Chris's name isn't like a special thing to her. So Roy is infected and actually does churn. Can't speak to him. I wonder if these zombies could bite my foot if I... Oh, no. So Robert Kendo is a supporting character for Claire. Or, sorry, Elza. And the interesting thing in 1.5 as opposed to 2 is that, like the original Resident Evil, there were going to be savable characters. I don't know why it doesn't auto-lock on. That's weird. Oh, it's because it was locking onto that zombie out there. And for her... Robert was going to be one of those characters. I do want to go this way. I'm curious to see if they'll add more texture to the staircase, but as it stands, I think it looks great. It makes sense, right, for a police station to have staircases. And I think that's why they added that to Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake actually takes a lot of inspiration from this. And as a fan, man, I couldn't ask for anything more just to see some of these ideas implemented in the final product. They look great too. Resident Evil 2 Remake is a beautiful, beautiful game. All right, let's check out the rooms here first before we decide to head in. This is the medical room. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I'm playing on RetroArch. I'm using the Beetle hardware core, or HW core. And I'm playing with an Xbox One wireless controller. Official wireless controller. Should be first aid spray here, yeah. Definitely want that. I don't know where this guy is. Oh. He did that in the Leon game too. He ran into a corner, and I was able to run right by him, but I don't want to take the chance. Now, let's check out... I think this is the file room? No, radio room. I'm thinking ahead of time. Yeah, so this room has nothing you could do in it, and it's been that way for a few builds now. If you couldn't tell, I'll point out things that I remember are different from the previous builds, because I don't play these builds, you know, the Resident Evil 1.5, any of them. I don't play them like that. I pretty much play them once to completion, and that's pretty much it. Like, I do that one and only playthrough for YouTube, doing it in real time, so I can obviously see these things for the first time and kind of like, you know, oh, that's different, that's cool. So it's basically been a year since I've played it, so if I don't remember certain things, that's exactly the reason why. I do know there's handgun ammo here, which I said in the Leon one. I'm not 100% sure if that's new. I think it is, because I believe this room was 100% pointless. Whereas now, especially considering you only have the handgun, there is a reason to go in there. So we're going to open up the shutter now. Which, for Leon, you see Marvin. And also, this is something to mention that's different. Let's just take this guy down. This room, in the previous build, had a huge amount of zombies. I think 5 or 6. And it was very glitchy. The frame rate dropped because of it. It was very glitchy, very messed up. And they removed them, except this one dude, which now it functions so much better because of it. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be that way or if they did that just because it was glitchy. Regardless, it just works. Now we're heading to the archive room, which I said file room before, but that's essentially what I meant. This is supposed to be something you use an item for, I'm assuming, but you'll see here it fails and then immediately does it again and passes. I'm assuming that's just something that hasn't been completed yet. Pretty much all puzzles have not been completed yet. I'm assuming either one of two things. It's too difficult. I mean, it's not that it's too difficult. It's difficult to implement, or that it's easy and it's something they could do at the end. So this is the evidence room. And nothing special in this room either. Only some handgun ammo. But gotta love this room. You know, adds more to the idea that this is a real police station. That whole art gallery background doesn't exist in this. It is solely a police station. And I said this before, and I think it's true. I think they added that police station part of it to kind of make an excuse so that it could be more mansion-like the original. Which I don't mind, because I love the art gallery / police station, but I also really like how this game is more like a traditional police station, and I'm happy that in the remake they incorporated the best of both worlds. I think they said one of the funny things is that they added multiple bathrooms because people complained about it, which I thought was funny. Let's see. I think Fork Corridor was where we were with that. Yeah, this will do. No point in dealing with those zombies. We'll just come right over here. This is a cool little shot of the zombie, though. Okay. Now we can go back all the way to near where we started this. Also, I think that the colors here were implemented new. I could be wrong. I said that in the Leon video as well, because I do remember it being completely grayed out. That could be another section. Again, I'm not 100% sure. So this should lead to the helipad and to Kendo's office. Hopefully these crows don't hit me. Okay, cool. Also, you're going to be seeing me use... I like to do commentary for these as if you've never seen a Resident Evil 1.5 build. This menu right here is the debug menu, and basically the use for it in this scenario is that it will allow me to essentially warp to places that aren't accessible, or if they are accessible, I can get bypass dealing with, you know, annoying enemies or something just to explore. And I think that is kind of the whole purpose that it's even there. So for Leon starts there with Elza. From what I remember, and I think I could get it to trigger at some point, those boxes there are actually pushed by Robert. Because you get to go to the platform below it. I don't remember how you trigger. You have to do certain things very specifically with how the ROM works, essentially. What? Irons is here? I don't think he's supposed to be here for Elza. I think that might just be just the way it is. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be Leon exclusive. I could be wrong about that, though. The way, you know, Barry was exclusive for Jill, and Rebecca was exclusive for Chris. Best shot in... Basically, probably my favorite shot of 1.5. I just love it. Okay, let's go to... I think it's the conference room is what it's called. I'll have to double check. Yeah, conference room. Ah, good. No gorillas in here. Leon has 2 gorillas in here. Not sure why. Thankfully, I can just explore this spot. So, nothing different in this room. It's identical. So this we unlock, and this basically just unlocks the loops around. So it unlocks the opposite side here. So we've covered this whole spot. Let's go back to that staircase. Kind of don't want to deal with the zombies, though. The crows. Trying to take as less amount of damage as I can. The least amount of damage as I can. Medical room. Corridor. No, that's where I was before. Actually, this will do. Staircase is right here. Trying to go through this too as quick as possible because I know this is going to be a lengthy video. Just judging from how long the Leon one was. This may even be longer. I'm not sure. So we've explored all the floors. You need to go down. Let's go over here. Small detail, but I like the fan, like, actually there and whatnot. And I like the bluish look that this game... It's a bluish tone that this has. I guess they didn't like it because they opted for a way more colorful image in the final product. Do you still have a shotgun on you? Yes, you do. Can I actually use it? Does the game glitch? Because, she don't get the shotgun, that's Claire. Which makes no sense, but it's just to give them differences. Right here you can see a poster picture of Claire right here where I'm aiming. Right there in the corner. It's very pixelated, but it says, I believe it says, have you seen this person? And this is a restroom that we'll never be able to get into because I have no idea how you get the key for it. So they did edit this a bit. There used to be 2 zombies. I believe it's 2 of the police zombies here. And right next to this Pepsi machine. And they removed them, which I'm okay with. Other than that, no difference. A lot of these tracks I don't really like. The 1.5 ones, that is. Not the ones that transferred over to 2. But some of them are good. That one's weird. And there's where you would put the fire out for Ada. In Leon's game, obviously. This is another staircase. There again, the missing poster for Claire. Just obviously wasn't going to be in the final product. It's just a fun nod by the team working on this. Let's go to one of the save rooms down here. This area does tend to glitch, unfortunately. It's very glitchy. So this is one of the good scenarios of using the debug menu because you're able to reload the room without, like, exiting, because you can't exit this game. There's no way to go back to the main menu unless you close out of the emulator or if you use the debug menu. And I think that's part of the reason why it's there. I think you have to do this very precisely, and I just screwed it up again. Of course I did. I think it's glitchier for Elza than it is for Leon, because Leon I didn't have nearly as much trouble. So what I'm going to do to kind of try to fix this is I'm going to enter this room here. Figure out what's going on up on B1, and then I'll come back. Alright, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time in this room, but I do want to at least show you. This is very... The dogs here have very glitchy, wonky animations. As you see, like... And I just wanted to show you that. Their death animation is completely different. Very odd, the way it is. Kind of tragic looking, and I don't... For that, it makes you sad. I don't want to see it, but... It looks like they really, like, suffer when they die, but... I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Real quick, look at Elza's ID on the corner. It looks really cool. I didn't really pay attention too much to it before. I don't think that's new by any means, but it's been a while since I've seen that. So yeah, the dogs have different death animations, and killing them isn't really fluid. Like, well, hitting them isn't really fluid. So I'm not gonna bother with these two other dogs here because there's nothing. There's 4 or 5 cages, I forget. It says Jojo, Claire, Pierce, are obviously references to Resident Evil. Jojo's probably for Jojo Bizarre's Adventure, but... Oh, I believe there was a character supposed to be called Jojo. I think Jojo, the one that's supposed to be an Eddie Murphy reference in Resident Evil 1. It was a beta thing, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, Resident Evil 1's team, the Alpha and Bravo team, were going to be different. There was no Barry. There was going to be a big mech dude named Gelzer, and there was going to be a comedy relief character that was modeled after Eddie Murphy, and I believe his name was Jojo. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've looked into it. I'm not going to pick up these pliers because we're not going to use them. At least I did it in Leon's. I forget if we use them in Claire's. I don't remember if the gorillas are here in Elza's game. Hopefully not. I do not have the guns to deal with it. And they're here. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that. Oh, God. Yeah, it's like a bigger boss type of version of it. No point in dealing with it. So basically all that would happen is you kill it and you can just run around the room, but there's nothing to the room. There's nothing added. For Leon, you save Ada there. Or, you don't really save her, but in the story-wise, that's what happens. So, no point in even dealing with it. We don't have the ammo to deal with it. Those guys take a lot of shotgun shells, and we only have 7, so... I'm not gonna waste the time. I'm going to first go to this room because I learned the hard way that going to the armory, I believe it's the armory, once you decide to come out the room, that zombie that I just shot down will be right in front of it and pretty much instant grab you. So, firing range here, which excuse me, was added to Resident Evil 2 Remake from this. So that's a pretty cool detail that they added. Once you decide to pick up the driver here, these dogs come out. And we're not even going to deal with them. We're just going to get out of here because there's no other things to explore in that room. We are going to go to the armory now, though. Doing it in this order to hopefully not get bit by that dude. There are dogs in here, though. I completely forgot about that. How are we going to do this? Yeah, it's the armory. Yeah, you see how it is. It's very odd, the animation. You can't consistently shoot them. Which I don't understand why, but... it's probably a bug. Yeah, look at that animation. That's sad, man. You could shoot them consistently if they're close enough. Yeah. Basically, I'm just taking them down because I want all the ammo in here. There's a lot of things we could pick up. 4 boxes of handgun ammo and 3 cases of shotgun shells, as well as the in-group. So, what do you mean I can't? Oh, yeah. For some reason, you pick them up and they don't combine automatically. But we want all the ammo in here, because we're going to be dealing with a lot of enemies as we keep progressing through this. So it's good to stock up now. Alright, here we go. Now we got an additional gun. Love the texture of the sound of this. Good detail right there. Not sure if that was done by the team or if that was intended by Capcom. Not 100% sure. Yeah, see, that guy's like right out there as soon as you open the door. Alright, we finished with this floor. Let's go check the next floor. B2. But before we do that, this is what I was trying to show before. The really cool save room. Alright. No ink ribbons to save. But we've got save states, so we're okay. I might end up making a save state at some point just to be careful, because there are times where you can glitch the game and then you have to literally restart it. And I would rather not have to restart with all the stuff that I've gotten. So we're gonna rescue Robert, as Roy wanted us to do. So these cells were the graphics, like the angles for them and everything, were so broken. And it's amazing to see them at such a good looking state, because, and I have it in video proof so you guys can see. Go look at in the playlist I have in the description and the pinned comment. Look at the first build videos I did for this game back in 2013, and you'll see how glitchy and broken they were, to the point where now they look perfectly fine. Have to imagine that took a lot of work. Alright, here we go. Elza exclusive cutscene. I said Robert. John, I mean. Sorry. They call him John in this one, I believe. You might have just heard my dog snoring. He's sleeping right under my desk. He always has to include himself in my videos. So this triggers us to be able to go back to Roy and trigger another cutscene, because we've rescued John. It was cool to see that supporting minor characters in the original got more roles, more of a bigger role in this version. And it was something that I was hoping for in the remake, which we did get. You know, Kendo has a lot more character. Oh, I love that. The detail. The whole idea of this game was to have more zombies on screen, but less, their polygon count was going to be lower, so that's why their character models don't look nearly as good as the Resident Evil 2 zombie character models, because of that exact reason. Anyway, back to the supporting characters. So in the remake, if you've played it, I don't want to spoil it, because even though the game is crazy to believe it's already 8 months old, basically 8 months old at this point. There's probably people who haven't played it yet, but regardless, Marvin and Kendo get have bigger roles. Essentially, they have a bigger story to them now, which is something I'm very happy about. Something I wanted personally. So this is a generator room. So there's nothing in this room other than activating the generator itself. So let's activate it, and then the zombies will immediately resurrect. So let's get the hell out of here, because there's no point. That room exists in the finished version, but it's smaller and actually has more things to get and to do. Break this fuse here and unlocks 4 zombies. Now I'm gonna not make the same mistake. Wait, why is that other zombie moving backwards? Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to be with the boy band. So when you don't kill the zombies and you just get them to go down like that, they actually run the risk of body blocking you, which is quite annoying. Okay, what? That was odd. And I don't want to be body blocked because I want to be able to check this area out. So this should be the morgue, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Which I have to say, I actually prefer this design over the finished Resident Evil 2. Just for this fact right here. So you got the zombie actually crawling off. The slow shaking of the door opening. And then... Okay, he didn't want to come out, but that zombie in the back is actually supposed to come out crawling after me too. Plus you got this little angle here. It's bigger. There are lickers in this room and more amount of zombies depending on the scenario you play, but kind of like that design more. It's not as detailed, but again, I like the layout of it. Rather than go through the 5 million zombies, let's go... Yeah, we've pretty much covered all that. So let's go back to... I think it's not the lobby. Could be the lobby corridor. We're going to go back to see Roy. Because we're basically done with the... what I like to call them is like the set of like, you know, 100, so, or 10, you know, 104, whatever. That goes by the location. So 10 is the police station. 2 is the sewers, 3 is like the outside factory area, 4 is the lab, and 5 is still the lab but further in it, and 6 is the end of the game area. So that's how it goes. So if you see me like look at it and get a little confused sometimes, and I'm trying to work where the location is. So the female zombie should be gone? Yeah. That means that we're going to successfully trigger the cutscene. So let me go ahead and just check out this room in more detail. I don't think there's anything else. One thing I always get reminded of when I come to this room is how the game was originally, the first 40% build. Where everything you would click, you would climb on top of. And... it was so glitchy. Understandably. So, yeah, Roy turns into a zombie. And, John has to put him down. So, again, you already see more backstory for the characters. Is there anything else that we haven't checked out? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we've gotten everything covered. Garage A, Garage B. Yep, kennel, boiler room, morgue, prisons. Okay, so we can now jump to the sewer. Actually, let me check something real quick before we proceed. I'm going to warp myself back up to the garage. Garage, okay, Garage B is what I wanted, not Garage A. And I want to see if the door magically gets opened. Okay, it's not. Okay, that's fine. So we're just going to have to go through the sewers like this. But if I were to go back, which would take us right to the room we were just at. Yeah, see, it's not 100% finished. Anyway, it's fine. Let's proceed to the sewers. So I like this a lot. Look at how the zombies actually are in this version. They're able to climb up. Climb up, obviously come down to try to get you. Trying to get this guy to come down. Oh, crap. I didn't expect that to happen. But that was cool. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me. I don't think it's new, but I've never had that happen to me. Here is a save room, but let's first... Wow, he's getting all crazy trying to get me. This is a spider room, which if you go back and watch my Leon playthrough, you'll know I made a huge mistake here. I'm not going to bother. That door in the back is broken. You cannot access it. And there's just two spiders in there that will completely own you. They like spit acid way faster than I swear they can in the regular Resident Evil game. So, not going to deal with it. No point. I'll just take a bunch of unnecessary damage. But here's the save room. A proper, actual save room. Let's go ahead and got ourselves a bunch more shotgun shells. There's an item box there, which we can't access. And there's a PlayStation memory card here, so that we can save our games. I'm actually going to pick it up because I want to look at it. I can record my progress with this, which I think is... I think I just accidentally... Uh-oh. There's a weird menu thing in this game. I accidentally, like, erased my memory card. There's a weird save thing in this game. I mean, sorry, item thing in this game where you can kind of, like, I guess, like, kind of debug, give yourself stuff. I've never understood it. I feel like every time I mess with it, it ends up getting to my game to the point where I can't play it anymore unless I restart it from, you know, restart the whole ROM. And I guess I just removed the memory card, which was a total mistake. But, oh well. It's not really a big deal in the slightest. The rest of the rooms for the sewers we're going to have to manually go to with the debug menu because of how it's broken. And we're just not able to go and access other rooms. They're available, but not the normal way. So this is Zombie Tunnel, which you cannot actually go through any of the rooms here, except for maybe the one we entered from. But this is still a cool room to me because just how many zombies there are. The fact that the zombie's actually tilting his head looking at me, even though he's not trying to come after me. This door over here, again, nothing works in here. That ladder over there in the corner doesn't work, and this door doesn't work. So, regardless, at least we're able to access this room. Now we're going to L Tunnel 2. Just gonna have some more zombies. This room also, you cannot do anything in it. But being able to access it is cool. I have an idea of where this leads, and I'll mention it when I get there. It doesn't work, though. You cannot actually enter it. Generator room. This is where some spiders are. The generator's working, though, so we can't actually do anything. So that makes this room useless. But another spider will come out over here. But yeah, there's nothing you can do here for now. So let's just warp out of here. Go to Tunnel Flood. Which is... I felt like I was about to get attacked. Which is the room I just mentioned with the two spiders that the hallway is... the door at the end of the hallway is broken. So we're going to get the hell out of here because there's no point. We're just going to get owned. We stay in there. So a spider will spawn over there. You can climb up here, but there's nothing you can do still, right? Yeah, nothing you can do. I'm not going to go spawn that spider. If I go close to it, he'll come out. I have an idea that this is where that room with the female zombies leads to. But it's broken. You can't actually access it. So let's just go in here. Which will just lead us above where we just literally were. You can open up the shutter and push a box there. Which there's no purpose to it, at least as of now. But just from an animation standpoint, it's impressive. Yep, so we can climb up this. Push it, whatever, but we can... I think the purpose of it is just to probably have quick access either to getting up there or to do something that just hasn't been implemented yet. So we're just going to go into the store over here. Which leads us to this room with the female zombies that we couldn't access before that door. So that just goes to show you kind of the state that the sewers are in right now. Let's go to Alligator Entrance, which is going to be above where the alligator actually... You would deal with the alligator in this particular version. It's very different. Again, it's mind-blowing to just see the progression that this team has done. Because a lot of this stuff was not accessible before. A lot of the stuff is from the newer builds. So there's going to be two spiders here, which I'm going to try to quickly get away from. Of course, I get hit. And, yeah, that's all you can do here. Literally it. But it looks like it's near complete. Tunnel Flood. I believe this is the door flooding, right? Yeah. I don't know what would happen if you just stand there, but I don't want to like crash the game or something because this is already not like programmed well. I'd imagine it's probably going to be something more difficult to deal with. And that's it. So let's get out of here. Actually, there is something I meant to go check. I'll debug menu to it later. So, this is something that now applies here. Wow. So originally, in the previous build, even the 2018 build, you could not have them follow you here. You see they're actually following me, which is I'm assuming what's really supposed to go down, this is how it's actually supposed to be. But until this build, that didn't happen. So it happened with... Okay, I don't know why Sherry flew that way. It happens with Marvin, and it happens with John and Sherry. I thought it would just be John, but... So you're actually going to see they're going to follow me in here. Now, part of their animations are broken, as I'll show you right now. They can't seem to, like, climb you, so yeah, John's just going to randomly start shooting. Where Sherry is, I have no idea. Where in the world is Sherry? Oh, well, she does the same thing where she gets, like, scared if you get too far from her. Okay. Let's go this way. They're not going to follow me in here, though. Look at that, because they can't climb. They do, like, weird animations. And if you watched my coverage of this game before, you'll know exactly what's coming up. Let's just say it's a boss battle. A boss battle in which I feel took heavy inspiration from this into Resident Evil 2 Remake. Not the boss itself, but the location. So this is G1 Birkin. You know, the one with the pipe. And not so much the animation, but just the room looks very similar. Alright, so we got ourselves a boss battle here. It's not difficult as long as you just stay back. Oh god, I forgot he mutates. I think it's only exclusive to Elza. Yep. Actually, no, because... Oops, I accidentally ran into him. Oh, that's a quick swipe. In Leon's, he's already like this. Which I totally forgot about. So surreal, though, seeing seeing Elza use the shotgun, because, you know, Claire can't. At least she can in RE2. So that's all you can do at the moment in this room. Nothing else. But see, like, it reminds me of in Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake, because there's stuff like this where you're able to kind of run through and run around Birkin. The room you fight him in Resident Evil 2 Remake is a lot more fitting than the rooms you fight him in. What? What in the world? I'm pretty sure that animation wasn't finished, but that animation certainly wasn't there the last time I played. I don't ever remember seeing that. Birkin getting up and running away? That has to be new. So we're going to be heading now towards the laboratory. But we are not finished with the factory area. We will be going back. I just want to kind of... Basically, if you do things out of order, you'll lose like seeing certain cutscenes like this, and I don't want to, you know, lose that. So we can debug menu back. Okay, Sherry just warped out. I think I could be wrong. I feel like that part was more fleshed out now. Could be wrong, but I don't remember it being so fleshed out like that. There are a lot of things that I sometimes think were different, and then I'll go back and watch and I'll be like, oh, they did exist, but sometimes they're more fleshed out, sometimes they're less glitchy, sometimes they're the same. I'd have to go back. I only play these builds once. Unless, of course, there's like an issue and I have to replay it, but I usually only play them once, so I'm not going to remember every single little difference. There are things that definitely stand out, but there are some things that are similar. So now we're in the lab, obviously. But we're about to go back and check some things out from the factory area. So I'm going to pick up this green key card so we can get the first aid spray and shotgun shells. It's actually good that we somehow glitched that memory card out, because now we have more space. Okay. Memo here to Michael. I left an ID card on the right desk. Don't lose it again, okay? Henry. Freezer on. It smells pretty bad. Probably rotten food. I wonder if the gorilla will be out here, like it is in Leon's. Nope. I don't think that's a Elza thing. So let's go back to the factory area. Check out some of the rooms that we didn't get to see. Actually, we need to go to Site C. Site D is where the dogs are. Yeah. They're dead in this one, or just down. And the whole thing is that you can't open this door. You need to go through the vent hole. You'll see it here. Okay, just wanted that to play out. Somehow they all fit in here and we're able to come over. So that's something brand new I wanted to bring up once I got here. This door is now locked. You have to unlock it. Which, it's different for both how they unlock it. But they're able to unlock it, and that's new. So this area seems to be the same. Other than that, that is different, that you're able to unlock the door. And I think this particular angle here is new. I think. And this angle I've never seen before. Again, those could have been there, but the whole scenario of unlocking the door is new. And also, you can hear the texture, a difference of sound when you step on this, rather than the regular floor itself, so. Again, small details, but everything's appreciated. I'm going to head back over, not here. Head around over here so we can check out some more doors. Gonna ignore all the zombies. So now we're back where the dogs were. Oops. This is locked, right? Yeah. So you can tell the difference. Look at how fake those dogs on the floor look. They're part of the pre-rendered background. Whereas those dogs, obviously, were smoothed out because they're actual animated dogs. Oh, I completely forgot it led here, but oh well. You were able to see more of the environment, so it's not a complete waste. So before we head back to the lab, there are some things to check out here. This is exclusive 1.5 music as well. I need to hurry up and save the others. This is a track I like. I feel like even the tracks are kind of beta-ish. So I can't even explore this area with Elza. Maybe if I debug it. Yeah. But the funny thing is, these rooms don't even have anything to them at the moment. But there is a really cool umbrella mouse pad right there. Right at the bottom. On the left side. And right there as well. I think Office B is glitchy. I think if you debug it... Okay. I know one of these, if you debug into it, it completely glitches out. And yeah, there's nothing in here special to do. You literally can't do anything. But there are textures in here, so. I think lobby... Yeah, this is where we want to be. Alright, we're going to go up the stairs. There are going to be some gorillas. Okay, that's normal. Love this shot. Love this shot. This looks like the room where you see Mr. X on the monitor. The way the hallway is designed, it looks like that. Get to see a general look around the room. Huge shot of it, but nothing to do except go into here. There is actually a room, I just thought about it right now. Well, when we get to it, I'll explain how freaking different it is, which is crazy. They've added more stuff to it, which is very impressive. I think we're close to it. Yeah, it might have been backwards because that I think that way leads to the lab. So let's see. Yeah, I think it's through a different way. Actually, I think the area I'm talking about is in the lab, so it wouldn't even be here. I'm going to quickly equip the shotgun. Oops. Because believe it or not, there are some gorillas here. As you can see, I can automatically lock on already. There is nothing for you to climb up. How in the world are you climbing up? Please be dead. Cool. Alright, we got one more to take care of. Okay, I just wanted to test to see if I could hit it from here. climb up. And that's something new as well. I haven't mentioned it in this video, but I did in Leon's. That's new. They were not doing that before. And I like it from a visual standpoint and hate it from a gameplay standpoint because it makes it harder for them to be killed, because you know they can hit you when they're like that. So I have an idea of where this leads where the dogs are, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. That makes sense. Okay. With that, sightsee Marvin. I don't know why it says sightsee Marvin. Anyway, with that, we are done with the 300 set of locations, which are the sites, you know, the factory area. So we're going to warp back to the lab and explore from here. So I forget if this is entirely the same, but I could have sworn that in the last build. Oh, cutscene here. Okay, John, you went all the way down there. Is it that serious? So I think we already have the main fuse, the repair plug. Yeah, we do. I didn't pick it up. You just automatically kind of just have it. I don't know why John's all the way down there, but anyway, this I think is new. So see how this normally in Resident Evil 2 you can go through, you know, no loading. But then look here. So you go through this door, and then look at this. This actually all loads as one thing, which I believe is different than before. Could be wrong, but I believe so. And the light switch is here as opposed to over here. 2 lockers, which we do not have the ID card to open. I thought it'd be the green one that we have, but it's not. And I'm assuming that's something that would help you make the antivirus. And I really prefer the design of this room in this version. I really like... Yeah, that's some weird raccoon medicine made from the herbs. I don't know. I used it and nothing came of it. All that happened was I'm gonna use one of those just to pick this up. Well, all that happened was, you know, I used it and nothing, like, it didn't heal me. Unless it's for poison only, I'm not 100% sure. But the description of it basically, like, I'll pick it up now. Oh, I should have picked it up when I used the first aid spray, but it doesn't do anything. But I like the look of this room better than the final product. It's a little less detailed, but the layout looks better. There's still a first aid spray in there, so. Okay, this room. This is a room that you really gotta go out of your way for. I'm probably gonna potentially get hit here. So I probably should have saved that first aid spray. But this is a room that you normally really have to go out of your way for. And that's because in the actual Resident Evil 2, those who played Resident Evil 2, you know what I'm going to say. But for those who haven't, you have to, in, like, say your Claire A game and then your Leon B game, register your fingerprint and register the guest password to be able to unlock this. And you have to have both your fingerprints on it. So your Claire A fingerprint and then your fingerprint from Leon B, or Leon A to Claire B, whatever. And then you're able to come in here, and I believe there's super liquors in here. I haven't entered this room in so long in Resident Evil 2. But I believe there's 2 or 3 super liquors, and I think vials or something, or shotgun shells. Nothing significant. You get this cool song, which was a 1.5 exclusive, which got to make its way into Resident Evil 2 because of it. So I'm grateful because a really good track still got to make it into the game. Which I believe it's called the Red Laboratory. Or Red something. Can't really remember. And I'm somehow missing shots. It's like I'm not even hitting him. Oh well. There's no point. I already wasted a ton of shells, but there's nothing back there. Yeah, now you want to come down, right? Alright, so I went in this particular order because when we come over here, yet another one. They spam them in this final area. So here, the experiment room, or ROM, because I can't fit it. There's no fuse case, no first aid spray, but the room looks 100% identical other than that. And that's it for this section. I'm going to try to hopefully dodge this dude. Cool. Kind of curious to see if they could come through that. I think it is getting closer. Just curious to test it out. Alright, let's see if he can come through. Oh, yes he can. But he's stuck. Alright, let's check this side now. I think one breaks out if you go this way. So... yeah, one breaks out if you go this way. So these are the researchers' rooms, I believe. Researchers' headquarters. Or quarters. Not headquarters. This, I think, is like the equivalent of basically like in the finished Resident Evil 2 where you get the flamethrower and you deal with the super liquors and whatnot. Useless rooms, once you know how to beat the game, you get way too much ammo in it anyway, so you don't really need to go here, but when you're first playing through the game, you should definitely visit every single room. Now we gotta somehow try to dodge this dude. Perfect. Because we are not going back down that way at all. Right, come to this staircase. Yeah, the emergency stairs. Which, love the lighting. It looks very basic, not a lot of detail, but love the look of it. Forget what's this way. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna see yet another gorilla. Watch. Yep. That hole is a little too big, and thankfully they reduced it in the finished one. So these are all sections from the B games because, well, 1.5 to my knowledge was never going to have a B game. It was just going to be Resident Evil 2. And yeah, this location would have been present in both scenarios. Also, you got a little beta camera angle here that doesn't exist in the finished product. If I could push this, I might be glitched for some reason. Yeah, there you go. Might have just glitched, not glitched it, but gotten it stuck. Alright. Trying to squeeze in here. Yeah. It was a little more complicated than it should have been. That was totally my bad, obviously. On a side note, real quick, just, I don't think I've mentioned it once in this video, but gotta love that Capcom gave the option to have a Elza Walker outfit for Claire in Resident Evil 2 Remake. It sucks that she's not 100% modeled after Elza. She doesn't have the blonde hair, but still, it's awesome. It's something that I wanted. I kind of wanted them to make Elza an actual different character, but I guess it just doesn't fit into their vision. In fact, they didn't even want to have the Elza costume in the game. I think one of the producers or something, it's been a while since I've read about this, so this was basically before the game came out, that they wanted nothing of it. But he wanted to include it as a treat for the fans. But because they didn't want it in the core game, they didn't feel like, I guess, it belonged. He was able to get away with having it in the game as DLC. Which, still, in the game or not, I'm thankful. I'm happy that it's in the game. Also, same thing with being able to use the classic Resident Evil 2 soundtrack. All stuff that I think they didn't want in the game. But, we're okay with including it as something additional. Here's another difference right here. So you'll see the texture of a traditional item box in Resident Evil 2, part of the pre-rendered background. So it's been that way since, I think, the first builds. But in this one, they decided to add an actual 1.5 item box above it. They probably can't remove the texture, so that's probably why it's like that. They probably could, because they could probably just use the texture from the actual Resident Evil 2. I don't know how that works, but... So this is an Elza exclusive thing. At least it didn't happen in Leon's for me. But I do remember this happening. So this is the same elevator that we were able to go to when we were in the entrance of the lab. But now I'm actually entering it. The thing is, though, that you can only go to the B1 floor. You can't visit any other floor. So, as you see here, now we're here and the gorilla's here. I don't know why the gorilla's here. But it brings you back to the lab entrance. Go back to the emergency stairs so that we can go one floor down now from where we were. Like I said, some things you just can't access normally. Maybe just the connection of doors is just not properly programmed yet. But at least you can visit the rooms. Here goes yet another. And he hits me this time. Okay, you're literally blocking my way, man. Alright, this is the same thing I had to do with Leon. They body block you so hard that you have to debug back to it. Let's see what I'm in right now. Caution. Yeah, well. So, the monitor room, or control room in this. Similar, but difference is there's no item box, and there's 3 ways to exit. Well, 4, if you include the one I came through. I'm going to go this way first. This is the route I usually like to take. Here's another enemy exclusive to 1.5. Very creepy looking enemy. Spider-Man. There are Magnum ammo. There is Magnum ammo here, but I don't know where the Magnum actually is. Also, I love the fact that you can actually see the zombies. This is similar, the room is, the layout to the finished product, but at the same time, that angle is completely different. So we want to wait for the zombies to come out because since they're all grouped up, they will body block you and you won't be able to enter the room. Which again is an issue with not having the Magnum, because I tried to kill one of the zombies with a handgun and I feel like it's impossible. So, and you can't aim up with the shotgun and shoot their head off in this. I have no idea why. But yeah, this is where you get the card key, the red card key, and you make the antivirus in the finished Resident Evil 2. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Nope. Managed to make it work. Different sound there. Alright, so we did everything we can here. Well, in that room. This room was completely different. So this would be the Moth Room in the original. Whereas in this one, it's a full-on server room that has fully fleshed out textures. That I think looks great. I would have loved for it to be in the finished product. Nothing you can do though here, sadly. So we're just going to go back to... I think this is the right spot. Yeah, this works. So we could just go out this way. Let's go to the, I think it's A2 elevator. Yet another gorilla enemy there. We're just gonna run to these rooms, not pay attention to him. Oh, cutscene. Okay. I don't know to what extent how similar it is to the previous builds. I don't even remember if that cutscene does occur. So I can't really comment on that, but I'd like to see more cutscenes, so I'll take any that I can get. Let's pick up this shotgun. If I could get to it. Well, not the shotgun, but the shotgun shells. Probably hear me. My mic is kind of sensitive. I'm using a headset mic, which it's really good, the quality of it. But I can pick up me pressing the controller. Trying to pick up the shotgun shells first, but I don't think they're gonna let me. So I'm just gonna have to. It's fine. We're not really gonna be using the shotgun much anyway. We're gonna just pretty much be dodging the gorillas anyway, so we don't really need much of the shotgun. Let's go ahead and check this room out right here. Okay, this was the room I was mentioning earlier that they actually changed in a pretty significant way. So you climb up here, and I think either this part didn't exist or there was nothing to do up here. So now you can push this down, which, this is the way you do it. You don't push it there. Push it off. And you can even jump down. And then, I think I didn't jump down in Leon's. I think I went the whole full way, but you can jump down. Come up here. And you find yourself... Uh-oh. I think it's glitched. I managed to jump down, but it is totally glitched. Let's try that again. Okay, it looks okay now. That's what the debug menu's for. So, yeah, you come over here and you're greeted by a million zombies. And by a million, I mean like 5. And this dude has something on him. And of course, it activates all the zombies. Let's see if I can quickly get up here. Yeah, I can. So yeah, tons of zombies. That can actually follow you. This is what I want to see. Can they actually follow me up here? This guy seems to be the only smart one. Come on. No, it doesn't look like he can actually. He went into the texture though. But yeah, it's... Oh god. How far is he going to travel out the texture? But overall, I think this room got a big improvement, and it's a neat one. I just like the idea of being able to go around like that. And I think this leads to the same exact elevator from before. Yep. So it kind of, it's part of the 400 series, so it looks weird, but we're actually in the 500 series. So let's go back to corridor, not corridor 2A. That's not where I meant to go. Let's go to, I think it's the control room. Yeah. This is exactly where we wanted to go. So we can go to D2 Shelter. Which, Shelter is where they mention in Leon's game, what Ada mentions, is supposed to be where they go to be safe because she tells Leon that he won't survive what's gonna happen. Can't go through that door over there, and you can't go through the door here. So I'm gonna debug out because we're about to take some damage. I feel that they have made the AI for them smarter. I don't remember them having that acid spitting attack before. I remember them just attempting to grab me, and it literally like always missed. It was weird. You had to literally stand there and let them hit you to be able for them to hit you. And now they always go for that spitting attack, at least in my experience. So I think they added that. So they're a lot more of a threat now. Trying to figure out where this actually leads from. I think with this music, everything's supposed to be on fire. Yeah. So this, I guess, where you would, you would put the system disk or the Mo disk. This is where that area we were at before, and you're able to go there to the final area, just like the actual Resident Evil 2. But you see, there's fire here because there's supposed to be an explosion, and that might have been what they meant by shelter. And then there's one of these here. I'm gonna try to sneak by him. See, I'm used to them being kind of like dumb like that. And then this whole area is going to be on fire. I forgot to show this aspect in Leon's, but in all honesty, it's nothing different. It's just the same area, just on fire. So less blue, more orangey red. As far as the tone of it. And I can't go through that spot now, but I can go through here. So I'll just quickly show you guys how it looks on fire. I think there's a zombie over here as well. There should be. Yeah. Yep. I recently put up a trailer, an official, you know, Capcom trailer, showing this particular spot, and there really was meant to be zombies here. But see, because it's kind of broken, because it doesn't function well, you can't go through that door. Even though before I was able to go through, like, go through these doors. This is supposed to access the server room. Now it doesn't work, so that's kind of the issue with it. But you know, it is what it is. It's a huge work in progress. I'm sure more than I know, and this is by no means me complaining. Let's go to Shelter Passage. I think that's... yeah, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to... I think it's C2 Hangar. And we're basically done. We're basically about to wrap this up. This leads now to the final area of the game. So we're going to be greeted with the All Employees song. I'm going to first get this set of scenes out of the way, where we're going to go onto the train car. It's not a true cutscene because I don't think there's any dialogue unless they added. Yeah, this is still like very much work in progress, because you can see both Leon and Elza's supporting characters together there. I'm not sure how similar that is to the last build. No idea. I kind of don't remember it. I know for Leon, Annette's a good guy in this game. Now we're going to check out the train cars, which are a lot more fleshed out than they are in the final product. Unfortunately, nothing you can do, though. Just look at the cool textures. Yep, and this is it. This is all you can go to. It's pretty detailed, and it's not the exact same textures as Resident Evil 2, so you know there was an actual difference. It's a lot smaller in Resident Evil 2. So we're gonna warp back to the outside of the train and take a look around the area. So, same traditional gate here. You know, you use the platform key to get to. No switch here to raise open the not raise open, raise or not raise, I keep saying that, to just open those to be able to get the train to go through. That's not here. It's actually over here, opposite side. You're actually able to go across on this version, unlike Resident Evil 2, which I don't really think looks like a big detail to miss. And there's another gate here. All it does is lead to the exact same spot, just on the opposite side. So over here is where you fight Mr. X, or, you know, for the final time, Super Tyrant. And this area looks tiny in comparison to the spot for the final battle with him in the actual game. But given its shape and just design, I'm very curious to see how the boss battle would have actually played out, if there even was going to be one, because I don't think Mr. X at all was going to be a part of this version. So it might have just been Birkin. Which, I wonder how that would have been. Mr. X is very iconic to the game. that's all that's there. It's not really too much to it. But I appreciate when you see the differences and see how much that Capcom actually went to redesigning these areas from, you know, from this to Resident Evil 2. They literally scrapped the whole game, started from scratch. But that's it. There is one spot in the police station that I remember I wanted to show you guys. I did mention earlier, which I think I have to actually go back to the sewers to get to it. Could get to it quick from the sewers. I gotta go up the ladder over here. I forgot to do it before. Yep, so this is the spot that you're supposed to climb down from up there. And I assume that this is a shortcut to the sewers, like if you're coming backwards. And I love how in sync these zombies are. The city textures and just pre-rendered backgrounds, the detail here, I really like a lot. I'm a big fan of that stuff. There's one thing I'm thinking of trying. I don't know how successful it'll be. But I'm thinking if I warp to the heliport... No, there's still the crows here. I'm trying to get the scene where Kendo comes and helps you to push off those... to push off the crates in the back, the boxes, but I don't think I can get it to trigger. I'm not sure why. You pretty much have to do, like, very specific things to get these things to work, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. So... let's just go to a comfortable spot. I have one in mind. I'm just trying to figure out which one, what it's called. Let me see. Is it Outdoor B? I don't think it's Outdoor B. No, it's not Outdoor B. It might be Outdoor A. Above the... it's like right above the police station. Yeah, this is it. I think I ended my last year video up here. Because I just really, really dig this look of being right above the Raccoon police station. But yeah, that I can't even speak. Ugh, because I've been recording for so long. That about does it. There's nothing else I think we've missed. I think we've covered every single room, every single section. I've covered pretty much like every cutscene that's available. So I can't really notice a whole lot of a difference so far. Probably a lot of the differences from the 2018 patch to the 2019 one is most likely a lot of bugs being fixed. I did notice some things added in terms of textures and, you know, the item box, having John and Sherry follow you in the factory area, completely follow you, which is different. That didn't exist before. I think they're meant to, but they just couldn't have, or they just didn't implement it. They did it this time, which definitely feels more like what's probably going to be like, you know, the finished product. And yeah, I can't really think. I would have to go back and watch the 2018 build of it, but definitely a lot less glitchier, a lot more polished, and you know, you're able to go through stuff. So it's not as significant of an update as some of the previous ones. I think the last update was huge, but you know, all work on this is appreciated. I thank them so much for it. You know, if any of the team is watching this, which I highly doubt, thank you so much for your contribution to this project. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to other Resident Evil fans to be able to check out this hidden gem that I wish that Capcom would just officially release, because I know they have it in their vault. I know they do. And people will pay for it. I think it was like 70%, 85% done, something like that. people would pay for it. I would pay for it to be able to have a fully playable build with no issues. Why not? But I don't think we're going to ever have it, so I'm very hopeful, very happy that we have access to this. Because otherwise, we would never be able to play 1.5. So I'm glad to see, you know, and play what this amazing version of the game is. And can't wait to see more. I'll definitely be checking for more build updates when they come out. You know, this one is a year apart, so I don't know when the next one will be. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. A few things. There will be a no commentary version in the pinned comment. So if you want to watch this with no commentary, there is an option. You also can go check out the Leon walkthrough of it, which will also be in the pinned comment and in the description, as well as the link to the build itself if you want to play it yourself. And when I record later today the tutorial on how to set this up and play it yourself, that link will also be in the pinned comment and the description, so you can play it yourself and you know, make your own discoveries. And maybe there's things I missed and you can update me about it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this really, really long video. But I'm so excited to bring to you the next build of Resident Evil 1.5. And stay tuned, because I'll be covering a lot more stuff. Definitely anything 1.5 related. I'll have a playlist in the description of all the builds. So if you want to go back and compare all the differences, you might catch some things that I missed, or you might just for the first time see the differences and see all the damn work that they have done restoring this. Let me tell you, it's significant. Go watch the first build from 2013 to now. You'll see a huge difference. But either way, I want to thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me, and stay tuned for more videos. So I'll catch you in the next one.